Okay, welcome back to another episode of Building with Bob. Today we're going to be installing a fuse block. I got my reverse lights, like $8 from Amazon. This is my windshield wiper kit. That's going to be another video. This is a really cool find on Amazon. It's like $50 for that thing. I love it. It comes with a container to spray up on your windshield too, which I think is amazing. Not exactly sure what this is. What is this? Oh, that's just wire. And then I got my cup holders for the rear, as you can see here. I got to get those put in. I'm not really gonna do that on here. And then I bought this off Amazon, 250 piece thing for my wire. So I got all the connections I'm gonna need for my wiring. But we ran into some problems when I, in my prefab for my battery box in the later video that you've seen, my auxiliary battery box. I made a platform for this to bolt onto, and there's not enough room. I'm going to take you guys over there right now and show you. We'll walk around the buggy here. So, I had made, okay, let me set that there. All right. So I had made this ledge here with my battery box, and that's in a previous video. So that doesn't really fit down in there real well and give me access to these screws. So what I came up with is I'm going to take this all apart again. I'm going to pull the battery out. I'm going to pull the battery box out, and then I'm going to unweld this ledge that I put in there. And then this is going to mount on the side here like this. I just got back from the hardware store. I got some 832 machine screws. I bought nuts to put on the backside to space it out, so no water lays up on this. Maybe potentially runs down into here. It'll all run out the back. I just think that's a better idea. And then I got lock nuts there for on the inside, so I don't have to worry about it vibrating loose and falling off or anything like that. So I'm going to start by removing this panel and pulling my battery box off. Once I get my battery box out, I'm going to take a better video of the battery box for you guys. I want you to be able to see what I did and how I did it. I don't know if I went over that real well in the previous video. And then we'll reinstall, and then I'm going to hook up reverse lights and some other things. So just hang on here and we'll get going. Okay, so here we are with the removal of my battery box. As you can see, I have my wires disconnected. This is for my True Amp auxiliary battery. And then these two wires here, these go directly to my winch. I am not going to put those on a fuse. I don't want them on a fuse. I want them directly to my battery. That may get changed eventually too. I may put that over on my primary battery. I have not made up my mind on that yet. But so this is the setup here. I have this bracket here that comes over and hooks into this frame rail that is not bolted. Then here's my issue here. I don't have enough access, and I don't want to hack up that plastic piece. I know it's, you know, it is what it is, but I just don't want to hack up that plastic piece. I think that if I mount this fuse block down like this on here, that's going to give me plenty of access. I don't have to modify anything. It's just going to be a way better setup for me. I thought about going inside, but I think that's just going to make everything a little too tight with the battery in there. And one of the reasons why I made this battery box as big as I did is so that I can put just about any size battery I want in there. So we will talk a little bit more about the install of this battery box. So this oil cap used to be over here, and I turned it around, got longer bolts to go in through there. And then I made brackets to go around here, and it's all rubber isolated, so it's not going to hurt anything. And down here there's spacers, and the bolts run through, and that tightens it down. And if you look at this thing, I am reefing on that. It is hardly moving. Now, it is all made out of stainless steel. I have the ability to TIG weld, so I TIG welded some stainless steel out. I've had it for a few years now, and I figured this would be a great project to use it on. So I'm going to pull the battery box out. I'm going to put it on the bench, and then I'm going to unweld. Okay, so here is the battery box sitting on the bench out of the machine. And this is what I did. Okay. That goes around the frame rail here. And then I have a spacer that goes in here. And it tightens it down and it holds it very, very well. And then this bar here goes up to the other frame rail. As you can see, it does get some mud and stuff in there. But this is what I have to unweld now, because I made a decision and it wasn't a good one. And that would have fit on there like so. Would have been a little tight, and I can't, oh, I'm sorry. That would have fit on here like so. A little tight, I may have had to put some tabs on there. But that would have looked really nice, wouldn't it have? But I fabbed it up before I really had an idea of what was going on. So now I'm going to unweld and put it there. So whatever, stuff happens. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so the unwelding is done. There's the bracket that I made. And, you know, looked pretty good until I had to rip it off of there. So whatever. There goes in the trash. So that kind of stuff will happen when you're doing custom fabrication. I built that before I had bought my fuse box. I had a generic idea how big the fuse box was and where I wanted it to go, but I didn't take into account where that plastic piece was. Had I moved that all the way down to the bottom and done it, I think it would have turned out a lot better. I think I would have been able to utilize it that way. But instead of hacking it off and moving it down, I really like the idea of just mounting it to this side. Makes it a little cleaner. And so now I'm going to flip this around and we'll show you. There it is, bolted on there. Inside there, all bolted up. My battery is here. Drops in like this. And you can see the positives on the left side and the negative is on the right side. So I was smart enough to think about this and put the positive on the left side and the negative on the right side. And then, like I said, this thing comes from Amazon. So you got this nice little cover here that goes on there. And this is a marine grade for all you guys out there. So this will take the water. This will take the dirt. It also has red lights here that will indicate if there's a fuse blown. Came with some stickers there. Amber lights, bumper lights, air horn, like fan override. Like I didn't look at all the rest of them. There they are. Grill lights, lights bed, you know, dome lights, heated seats. Like I'm not gonna put heated seats in this thing. But so yeah, it's I think that this is a really neat find for $18 off Amazon. Here's the actual, you know, product descriptions of it, if you guys are interested in that. And now I'm going to put the battery box back in. So this is the underneath view of the battery box and the fuse block. Pretty simple setup. It's a little bit easier to access everything from the bottom. Putting the wires on, stuff like that. But you can change the fuses if you need to on the trail from up top. It's you know, it's a little tight, but it's nothing that's going to be too terribly hard to do. I'm going to clean these wires up a little bit better. I still got to put my light bar on, so I'll final zip tie everything up. But there you go. You got the markers on there and everything else. I installed a fan, rear lights, and a windshield wiper kit. Which the windshield wiper kit's going to be in the very next video that I'm going to post. I did this all at once. So if you want to see that, stay tuned for the next video. Flip it around, and we will see you guys later. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more content.